So we're gonna look at the Krush65, and this is the PC version with copper bottom. When I bought this, I'm not really thinking as much. It's more of like, hey, I want a PC top because I already have a keyboard with PC bottom, and it looks good. This one is a combination of both. So it's copper bottom with some PC underneath, but it really how the LED will shine through is via here, the top and the sides especially, and it looks cool and everything. So let's try that. So in this first part, I'm just gonna show you the general layout of the keyboard, and this is its final form currently. But I will also get you through like how I built the PCB. I think it's interesting to add that, how I Millmax stuff. And also, I'm gonna check out all the sound profiles because I did a lot of tests here, more than what I normally would do. So yeah, I hope the information that you will get here is something that you can make use, but this is not available anymore, so who cares? Okay, so today I'll be soldering my PCB for Krush65, but I won't show you everything, really the process. I will just speed things up, but just to show you what I have here or what I use, these are the following. So I have a rack here of everything I need. So from the solder, the soldering iron. This is a pinesil. I have several tips here, but I really prefer this nevertheless. Initially, I prefer these. That's why I bought many. But now that I think about it, these flatheads are way better, regardless whether I use it for desoldering or soldering. At least for keyboards. But for other stuff, I don't think this will be good. So that's one. I also have a fan, but usually what I use is a spray booth. So I use that spray booth for gunpla because obviously it's harmful. I don't want the chemicals to circulate here because I use lacquer-based paint and so on. So that's cool for that. And I also use that for this just so I can get rid of smoke, but that's overkill. The smoke you generate here isn't as much, so you just need a fan or two. Actually, I have a single fan here, but my problem with this fan, this is actually free from my case fan. I replaced it with Noctua, so this is the free case fan. It usually runs fast, okay? However, since this is not a PWM fan, so its speed is based off the voltage you give it to. So this is a power bank that I have lying around, and it runs this. I can even stop this. So again, it's not really something like not much air. Okay, if have here doesn't even float as much, right? So. But while this is actually cool, I mean, enough for my use case, I'm not comfortable with this. What I'll be soldering now is the Krush65 PCB. So, actually have it pre-assembled. So what I'll be doing is instead of soldering switches, I'll be converting this to a hot swap. But you're gonna ask, why not just buy a hot swap PCB instead? No, I'm not a fan of them, or I was not a fan because almost always I break them. This don't break in me, at least. So I'll be using Millmax sockets instead. Very expensive, but then again, if you want forever, this probably is it. So yeah, I will not be populating everything. As a matter of fact, the caps lock, I don't want the step caps lock anymore. I used to be a fan, But since I use this as my control now, I never use the shift caps lock anymore. So sad. I'll be using 7U as well. And I'll be using split space. I use this as my backspace now, so never use this. Oh, my slot there was not here, so I need to. So I still have extra Millmax sockets here, so I need to solder this with a switch later on. But for now, this will do because it doesn't have enough friction to hold it. So I'll be soldering it later. For now, this should do fine. Yeah, I'll be soldering this. Okay, we're done. So, making sure that I clean my tip. Yeah. And we're done. Okay. So, we're here having the Krush65 and all the plates. Actually, I ordered this from a local vendor. I think they closed down now. Oh, it actually does come with alu plate. Oh, didn't notice. It's already pre-attached. I ordered extra alu plate. Oh well, I thought it didn't come with one, but no, I mean, I ordered a CF plate and they gave me palm plate. I think this is palm or PP plate, but again, my order was CF plate. There's no way this is CF. The fact that it bends, right? Is this palm? Feels like palm. And it's impossible that it's PC. But I know how PP plate feels versus palm. So anyway, I was wrong. They didn't do me dirty. I thought they did. So this is the Krush65. Okay, I'll pre-attach this because this is usually something that people do first. So now attaching the keycaps, but of course it's the other way around. So let's put on white and black. I like this because it's the first time we have a decent keycap tray. Let's take this out first. Then screw this. Okay. Okay. Wow, looks clean. Okay. It's decent, but definitely the modifier sounds flat because they use Cherry MX Black, but imagine if I'm not using PCP, this would have sound bad. I was about to say that it sounds hollow, but I remembered, oh, of course it's TopMount. So this is how a TopMount sounds like. They sound standard. TopMount sounds standard. I don't like this, but then again, I'll be sound testing it like this, so. So for the sound profile, using the standard switches, they're fine. Not bad, but I was not excited as much. But then again, that is top mount. Top mount usually tends to lean towards boring for me. Unless it's super good, then it becomes like from flat or boring to just super good. There's no in between for me for top mounts. So to me it's meh, but I know many people like it, so yeah. This now one is the CF. This, I consider this hollow. I know people will disagree, but this is hollow to me. Space bar has been soldered, by the way, so I'm fine. But if I'm gonna compare, I like the space bar of the CF, but I like the overall using alu plate. I have yet to use the O-ring, so that's in the next section, but more into that later. But for now, as for this, top mount is fine, but I prefer alu because here at the dead center, it's just like I'm typing on a carton type of sound, so I don't prefer it. But again, for the standard switches, they're like fine. I think what picked up the mic based on the review I've done is Halu-Halo, but in person, they're all the same to me. Probably just me, right? So yeah, it's fine, but let's see how O-ring will sound. As for the alu sound, so I have two tests, which is for the palm. Well, I think it's palm, and then the CF plate. I think they're both good, but if you're wondering about the alu, that is what you see here right now. This is the final build, so you'll be able to hear that at the end of the video instead. I like both. I'm actually surprised with the palm. It just means that O-ring is cheating, as some people might say, because it almost always sounds good. It's a safe bet in, you know, that lively sound. And O-ring tends to lean towards that lively sound, similar to gasket mount. But gasket mount, all through the years, it evolved into different kinds of implementation, different kinds of materials, different kinds of thickness, basically min-maxing it. And while it still retained its general sound profile, I think O-ring is, you know, there's less way of implementing it. Now, they've added, of course, O-ring mounts, wherein it's not full O-ring. That's different. It's far from the O-ring that we see here. So this is what I consider standard O-ring. And this sounds good. It has that, you know, O-ring sound. But something that I didn't think is possible is this combination of alu plate and O-ring, because it's the sound that I actually expected with my Kohaku. Well, my Kohaku sounds good. Okay, I think I like this keyboard alpha better, and I like the spacebar a bit better. Alu to alu, that is. I like the CF plate of it, and it's like a banger that I didn't expect from Kohaku. So I'll be using CF plate at this final build. But for this one, surprisingly, I'm gonna use alu. I thought I needed CF because CF tends to lean towards to what I like. And hearing the CF, I liked it. But the alu is the best. Like, for this config, this is how it will look like. And yeah. So, yeah. Final thoughts. So, I think this keyboard is fine. It's not available anymore. So, this ain't a review. I'm just showing you what I did here. And, yeah. Originally, I thought I'm gonna use TopMount because the design that I'm going for here is really vintage, kinda. So I think TopMount just fits the bill, especially with Alu plus TopMount, giving you a very vintage sound, kinda. But this one is just unbelievably good sounding for its value, but it's not available anymore. I think Neo still is the crown of availability because it's almost always available, and price. So it's just so good, and they lean towards the sound profile that I like, which is clacky, but my definition of clacky is different from most people tend to use it for. So anyway, let's listen to the final build.